The Zambezi River, a silver serpent under the scorching African sun. It flows through a land of ancient baobabs and whispering grasslands, a land steeped in myth and legend. But the river's serenity is an illusion, a mask hiding a power soon to be unleashed. As you approach Victoria Falls, the air grows heavy with moisture. A low rumble, like the growl of a slumbering giant, vibrates through the ground. The earth seems to tremble beneath your feet. This is Mosi-oa-Tunya, the smoke that thunders. This is a place of breathtaking beauty and raw, untamed power. A place where the earth seems to crack open and the river plunges into the abyss. A place where rainbows dance in the spray and the very air crackles with energy. The first glimpse of Victoria Falls is an experience that sears itself onto your soul. A curtain of water, a mile wide, plummets over the precipice. The roar is deafening, a symphony of crashing water and swirling mist. It is a sight that inspires awe and a primal fear, a reminder of the raw power of nature. The chasm below the falls is a world unto itself. Carved over millennia by the relentless force of the water, it is a labyrinth of gorges and cliffs, shrouded in mist and spray. The air is thick with the scent of water and vegetation, a rich tapestry of life clinging to the edge of the abyss. This is a place of stark contrasts. The serenity of the river above the falls gives way to the thunderous chaos below. The lush vegetation thrives in the shadow of the arid landscape, and the delicate beauty of the rainbows belies the raw power that created them. Millions of years ago, the Zambezi River flowed across a vast, flat plateau. Then, the earth shifted. Volcanic eruptions ripped through the landscape. The river, once placid, was forced to find a new path. Cracks appeared in the basalt rock, fissures carved by ancient forces. The water, relentless in its journey, began to erode these cracks, widening and deepening them over eons. The chasm we see today, a scar across the face of the earth, is the result of this epic battle between water and rock. The process was slow, a geological ballet played out over millennia. As the water cut deeper, it created a series of waterfalls, each one cascading into the next. Over time, these falls eroded upstream, gradually moving further back along the river's course. The Victoria Falls we see today is a snapshot in time, a moment captured in the ongoing dance of erosion and creation. The falls will continue to move upstream, carving new paths and revealing new wonders for as long as the Zambezi River flows. The power of Victoria Falls is a testament to the relentless forces of nature. The sheer volume of water, over 500 million litres per minute at peak flow, thunders into the chasm, sending up a plume of spray visible for miles. The air around the falls is a maelstrom of mist and wind. Rainbows arch through the spray, their colours intensified by the sheer density of water droplets. The ground vibrates underfoot, a constant reminder of the raw energy unleashed at the precipice. The falls are at their most dramatic during the rainy season, when the Zambezi River is at its fullest. The roar of the water is deafening, and the spray can drench onlookers from hundreds of metres away. But even in the dry season, when the water flow is reduced, Victoria Falls remains a place of awe-inspiring beauty. The exposed rock face, carved and sculpted by the water, reveals the geological history of the region. The falls may be quieter, but their power is no less evident. The lush rainforest surrounding Victoria Falls is a stark contrast to the arid landscape beyond. Nourished by the constant spray from the falls, this verdant oasis is home to a unique ecosystem. Towering trees, their roots clinging to the rocky cliffs, form a green canopy over the chasm. Ferns and orchids thrive in the humid air, their delicate blooms a splash of colour against the dark rock. The air is alive with the sound of insects and the calls of exotic birds. This rainforest is a sanctuary for a diverse array of wildlife. Monkeys swing through the trees, their calls echoing through the forest. Colourful lizards bask on sun-drenched rocks, while snakes slither through the undergrowth. The Zambezi River itself teems with life. Crocodiles lurk in the shallows, their eyes just visible above the waterline. Hippos wallow in the mud, their grunts a familiar sound along the riverbank, and beneath the surface a myriad of fish species dart through the clear water. Victoria Falls is more than just a geological wonder. It is a place of deep spiritual significance, steeped in the myths and legends of the local tribes. For centuries, the falls have been a source of both awe and fear, a place where the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds seems thin. The indigenous people of the region, the Batoka, called the falls Mosi-oa-Tunya, meaning the smoke that thunders. They believed that the falls were inhabited by a powerful deity and that the roar of the water was its voice. Legends abound of sacrifices made to appease the river god and of spirits that roam the rainforests surrounding the falls. These stories, passed down through generations, are a testament to the profound impact that Victoria Falls has had on the human psyche. The roar of Mosi-oa-Tunya echoes through the centuries. Long before Europeans arrived, the falls were a place of power for the local tribes. Their lives were intertwined with the rhythm of the river. They named them Shungu Namutitima, the boiling that thunders, a place where ancestors dwelled within the spray, but they were also a place of danger, a reminder of the untamed power of nature. The outside world remained largely unaware of the fall's majesty until the mid-19th century. Then, in 1855, a Scottish missionary and explorer, David Livingstone, embarked on an expedition into the heart of Africa. Guided by local tribesmen, Livingstone journeyed up the Zambezi River, his curiosity piqued by tales of a magnificent waterfall. What he encountered would exceed his wildest expectations. On November 17, 1855, Livingstone became the first European to lay eyes on Victoria Falls. Overwhelmed by their grandeur, he wrote in his journal, "Scenes so lovely must have been gazed upon by angels in their flight." He named the falls after Queen Victoria, a gesture that solidified the British Empire's growing influence in the region. Unknowingly, Livingstone had opened the door to a new era for the falls, one that would bring both wonder and exploitation. News of Livingstone's discovery spread like wildfire through Europe. Explorers, adventurers, and fortune seekers flocked to southern Africa, eager to witness the spectacle for themselves. With the arrival of the railway in the early 20th century, access to the falls became easier, and tourism began to flourish. Hotels and infrastructure sprang up around the town of Livingstone, named after the famed explorer. The British Empire, eager to capitalize on this natural wonder, established a colonial presence in the region. They saw the falls not just as a tourist attraction, but also as a symbol of their own power and reach. This period saw the construction of the Victoria Falls Bridge, a marvel of engineering that spanned the chasm below the falls. The bridge, completed in 1905, connected the British colonies of northern and southern Rhodesia, solidifying their control over the region and its resources. The Victoria Falls Bridge, a steel giant straddling the chasm, became an icon of human ingenuity and ambition. It enabled easy transport across the Zambezi River, boosting trade and rapidly growing Livingstone. Livingstone became a hub for tourism and commerce, but this progress strained the fall's ecosystem. The train's roar contrasted with the fall's natural symphony, symbolizing a growing divide. Future generations must balance preserving Victoria Falls' wonder with allowing people to experience its magic. The Zambezi, a silver serpent choked by thirst. The once mighty river, its flow reduced to a trickle. The falls, once a thundering curtain of water, now resemble a weeping giant. Climate change casts a long shadow over Mosi-oa-Tunya. Droughts, more frequent and severe, grip the region. The lifeblood of the river, the rains that feed its flow, dwindle with each passing year. The falls, a barometer of the river's health, reflect this precarious balance. The impact is felt throughout the ecosystem. Wildlife, dependent on the river and the lush vegetation it sustains, face an uncertain future. The delicate balance, carefully woven over millennia, unravels thread by thread. The roar of the falls, once a deafening symphony, now whispers a plea for help. A call to action not just for the Zambezi, but for rivers and ecosystems around the world facing the same threat. Tourism, a double-edged sword. It brings much-needed revenue to the region, supporting local communities and conservation efforts. Yet, unchecked growth casts a shadow over the very paradise it seeks to celebrate. The crowds swell, drawn to the allure of the falls. Footpaths erode, their edges crumbling under the weight of countless footsteps. The air, once filled with the sounds of nature, now carries the murmur of voices, the click of cameras. Hotels and resorts spring up, their construction encroaching upon the natural habitat surrounding the falls. The delicate balance between development and preservation tips precariously. The challenge is clear: to harness the economic benefits of tourism while mitigating its negative impacts, to ensure that future generations inherit not just a spectacle but a sanctuary. Hope flickers amidst the challenges. Conservationists, scientists and local communities unite, standing as guardians at the precipice. Their mission to protect Mosi-oa-Tunya for generations to come. Research teams meticulously monitor the fall's health, tracking water flow, wildlife populations and the impact of human activity. Their findings inform conservation strategies, providing a roadmap for sustainable management. Community outreach programs educate local populations about the importance of conservation, empowering them to become stewards of their natural heritage. Sustainable tourism initiatives promote responsible travel, minimizing the ecological footprint. The fight to protect Victoria Falls is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires a long-term vision, unwavering commitment, and collaboration on a global scale. Stand at the edge of the falls, feel the spray as a cool mist on your face. Listen to the roar of the water, a timeless symphony echoing through the ages. The future of this natural wonder hangs in the balance. Victoria Falls, a testament to the raw power of nature, now faces perhaps its greatest challenge: human impact. Climate change, unchecked development, and the relentless pressure of tourism threaten its very existence. Yet there is hope. The collective efforts of those who recognize the fall's intrinsic value, who are willing to fight for their preservation, offer a glimmer of light. The legacy of Mosi-oa-Tunya, the smoke that thunders, rests in our hands. The choices we make today will determine whether future generations will be awed by its splendor or left with only echoes of its former glory. Close your eyes. Imagine the sun setting over the African plains, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. The air is alive with the chirping of crickets, the distant call of a fish-eagle echoing across the savannah. And there, standing before you, is Victoria Falls, shrouded in a fine mist that shimmers like 1,000 diamonds. The roar of the water vibrates through your very being. It is a sound that has echoed through millennia. It has captivated explorers, inspired artists, and humbled all who have stood in its presence. Victoria Falls is more than just a waterfall. It is a symbol of the wild beauty that still exists in our world, a reminder of the forces that shaped our planet and continue to shape our lives. It is a place where one can connect with something far greater than oneself, where the boundaries between past, present and future seem to dissolve in the spray. The mist rising from the falls, a delicate veil dancing on the wind, carries with it a sense of mystery and wonder. It is a mist that has borne witness to the passage of time, to the rise and fall of empires, to the changing fortunes of humanity. It has witnessed the arrival of the first humans who settled along the banks of the Zambezi, who revered the falls as a sacred place, who wove legends around its thunderous roar. It has felt the footsteps of explorers who stumbled upon its magnificence, their eyes widening in awe at the sheer scale of nature's power. And it has endured the impact of modern civilization, the construction of bridges and hotels, the influx of tourists eager to capture its beauty with their cameras. Through it all, the mist has remained a constant reminder of the enduring power of nature in the face of human endeavour. The wind whispers through the chasm, carrying the spray from the falls, a refreshing coolness against your skin. It speaks of resilience, of the balance between humanity and nature, and our responsibility to protect this planet. The future of Victoria Falls, like many natural wonders, is uncertain. Climate change, pollution and unsustainable tourism pose threats. Yet there is hope in conservationists and growing awareness. The roar of Victoria Falls, a symphony of water and wind, is a call to action. It is a promise whispered on the wind, a promise we must strive to keep.